Hello, everybody. If it's Wednesday, it's Warhammer, and that must mean it's time for another episode of Warhammer Weekly. Joining me this week on the show, it's CJ. You busta. CJ, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back.
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. CJ and I were just talking before the show started about Magic decks we're planning because, we already got to get ready for next year's Adepticon. You played more Magic than I did, but I was happy to be able to like sit down with you guys in the evening and chill out. That was nice. That was nice.
Any magic is good magic, and after 100 hours of it, I'm still itching for more.
Yeah, sure. Because like when you got a great pod like that, and we're at the Conflux, right? Named after a Magic card of dubious quality. What else could you want in the world? You got a snack machine right there that's impossible to use. It's great.
It's impossible to use, and it's funny to watch everyone go up and pill the wrong door, or scam the wrong door, or when it breaks and everyone's like, oh, I'm going to move this chair out of the way and move this sign that someone put out of order. Surely that'll fix it. The people watching is one of the best parts of Adept.
Of course. And that spot is great for like catching people as they go by. Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Yeah. I have to wonder, though, if, like I like our spot, but that secret spot in the other Conflux that's like in the secret hidden room that was back there.
Corner of the speakeasy.
Yeah.
So that one is probably, we got to nail that one down at the very least for next year's draft.
Yes. That would be a good draft place. Absolutely. I agree. Hey, Uncle Adam, how you doing? The question for Adam. So everybody understands. I want everybody to say hi to Adam. Everybody say hi, Uncle Adam, and be very nice to Adam. So let me explain the hell that Adam has to live in right now. Okay. So I spend the amount of time I spend working on the book, writing the book, and all this, and Adam and I are working back and forth all the time. I'm the one clicky clacking the keyboard, but Adam is just as involved because he's like giving me tons of feedback and all that. But I have to clicky clack. And then I work with like the people who are playtesting, one of which we had some secret Badgers playtesting this year. Who could it have been?
Could it be?
Anyways,
could have been anyone.
Could have been anyone. And so we go through all that and to edit, and then comes this period of time where poor Uncle Adam is just cast into the fire because he has to do all the layout for this stuff and like all the annoying charts and double indents and everything I've written in the book that's completely insane that means nothing to me in a Word document. Like, of course, that was just an automatic command. He has to now translate this insanity, this pure insanity, into a readable, easy to use book. And it's just, yeah, exactly. So he has to suffer through all of that. That's what he's doing right now, just finishing all that up because we're about to send the book off to print. So we're just we're rounding out the final stuff. So there you go. For the new game, repent, ye foolish gods. There you go.
Those foolish gods better count their days.
That's right. We're coming for them.
We're coming for them. We got the build.
I think this may be the first week in, I don't know, the history of the show that we don't really have any news. I don't know what to tell you. There is no news. Like,
well,
I think they forgot AOS existed because just nothing is happening.
What are they supposed to do? Write about the game that they make?
No, of course not. Obviously, that's insane. And the fact that they got rid of the rumor engine, like, because we don't have that anymore. Week 4 on rumor engine watch. Where did it go?
Is rumor engine on suicide watch? This I'm hearing about this. Oh my god.
Well, we have had no rumor engine for 4 weeks. This is the 4th week.
And the question, what am I supposed to do with a picture of a spider skull that they haven't talked about?
The second that spider skull is totally the second. What's that stupid thing called? What's Kron's called? Incarnate. Thank you. It was the second incarnate that they were like, oh my god, the response to this was so toxic and bad. We can't even release this thing.
Yikes.
Yeah. So there's no news this week. I don't know what to tell you, folks. This is it. Okay? Like, there's just nothing. That's what it is.
You know what? Sometimes you got a bad week.
Yep.
What
It's
can you do?
all 40K stuff. And then they like they published a Lumineth story that no one cares about, like a short story that no one cares about, written only on the website. So it's ephemeral and disappears into the ether, right?
Incredible.
Because the second that rolls off the first page, no one will ever read it again. How will you ever find that story and reference the characters in it?
What, you don't like Chronicles of Ruin, The Nature of Light? That's just, it grips ya.
What does this mean? And then there was a
Words.
Skaven art throughout the ages, which just went back to the beginning of AOS. That's not throughout the ages. I just want to point that out.
10 years is the ages. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So,
jeez,
that's it, folks. That's the story. We're here. There's no more news. It's all 11th edition 40K. That's what matters. So there you go. So we skip that. We're done with that now. This was the banter section instead of the news section. Okay, let's move on. Let's go straight into some pick of the week. It's okay, because this is going to be a fun show. CJ, what would you like to share with the audience? What would you like to draw some attention to as far as content, videos, blogs, articles? Maybe that hot Lumineth story caught your eye.
Oh, that hot. Well, let's look at it. Wow, that is both longer and shorter than I thought it was going to be. Ew. Also, like, Lumineth are cool high elves, but they're just high elves. I don't want to be excited about them. Even if they are cool, I don't want to think they're cool.
No, they're impossible to actually get excited for. Yes.
There is no grit. There's no bite. What do I want people to... okay, so here's a great one. You know, insomnia is a real problem for the people of the world.
Yeah.
And you know what else is a problem for the people of the world? Modern gaming industry. What if we could remember our recipes just a little bit? I point you to the 26-hour playlist where a guy talks about the entire Ultima series. It's beautiful.
Oh my God, I love this. So it's literally just like long video essays about the entire of every Ultima game.
Yeah, from start. Well, he just put out Ultima 8 a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay, okay.
A month ago.
Have we got to Ultima Online yet?
I don't even know that he's gonna. I hope he does.
I hope so too.
It's gonna have to come out after Ultima 9.
Yeah.
Was that Ascension? The really bad one?
Because that's my hobby home. I still submit to you that Ultima Online is where we went wrong. Like, but what I mean is it did everything right.
Right.
And every day we move farther away from it into the land of like sort of wowish games, we fall farther from the eyes of God. That's all I'm saying right there.
We were at a crossroad. Took the easy path instead of the right path.
That's correct. That's correct. Yep. That's right. Where is my corpor? Where is my killing people I randomly meet in the wilderness and stealing all their stuff and then using their own runes to teleport away?
We have no recipes and they're gone. Yeah. We are eating craft dinner when we used to have feast.
That's right. That's right. So, it's funny because mine is also completely unhobby related, but I loved it so much. I was like, well, I want to share this everybody with you. And like, look, this dude doesn't need my tiny opinion, meaning nothing. He's like a very successful channel, but I don't care because I think he's a very good, cool person. Which is Folding Ideas. Are you familiar with this channel at all? Do you know Folding Ideas?
The name sounds familiar.
I think his most successful, famous video was Line Goes Up. It was the one that like single-handedly destroyed the NFT craze like some years back, basically.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. So he just has a wonderful attitude on things. He has many good videos, but his most recent one I identified with because ostensibly the structure of it is he was invited to like, yes, Dan Olsen, exactly. He was invited to go see like the behind the scenes of like Mr. Beast games season 2, which is just like
Beast?
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, completely did not understand why he, given his opinions, would be brought into this sort of thing. And so it's just sort of an essay that was about that and the nature of content creation and all of this. And so I found it very interesting, especially as someone who makes content for a living. So I think, I identified, and I thought it was just a really good video essay. Great piece there. So yeah.
Fantastic. What else has this guy done? Oh, right. He did the why it's rude to suck at Warcraft video.
He did do the why it's rude to suck at Warcraft video. Yes.
Quit wasting other people's time. Get good or get out of here.
He did a wonderful retrospective of Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings, which was really good. Yes.
The Baxter.
Mm-hmm.
I love some rotoscope.
Many good videos from him. So anyways, there you go. All non-hobby related stuff to fill your time. Okay. With that, let's talk about some hobby time. So here's my question for you, CJ. Have you been working on anything, painting anything? Has there been anything across your desk?
Well, under my desk.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have many paint supplies behind you. Sure.
Oh, they're there. They're waiting for something to be really exciting, which is the Tyranid half of the StarCraft starter box.
Nice.
Waiting together. And then the only other thing I've worked on is my custom Laukavai.
Okay.
Because I love my wife. And my wife is made of plastic and she's a vampire. The top half, a beautiful woman. Bottom half, an even more beautiful The Sphinx from Texas, Big Tex.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I've been working on.
Very nice. Love it. For me, I have had a couple of things cross my desk. The number one thing I was working on was this right here. Let's switch on over here. So new rats, the City of Ash rats, the new gutter runners, as well as Lord, whatever his name is. Lord, his rules are so bad I didn't bother to memorize your name, the Special Death Master.
Yeah, but he's got the beak.
He does have the beak.
Don't have beaks.
So we got black backgrounds, we got white backgrounds, we got whatever you want here. So yes, I got all these guys painted up. They're pretty good. I haven't finished the new Night Runners yet, but I'm excited about them. So there you go. There's the old Death Master guy. There he is. There's some more of him. There we go.
I think you've got a future in this painting biz. There's you got a little stink on that.
It's all right. It's all right. So I had to work a little faster than I was comfortable with, given some requirements, but all in all, for not as much time as I wanted, I think they came out okay. Here's some more shots of just the 5 of them. There we go. I don't know. It's just pictures. There you go. This is my favorite guy in here, by the way. This dude right here. So he's second from the left. He's got like the full face mask. He's in like just a full dead sprint with the thing in his other hand. Okay. And he is just trucking. It's just like,
he's got places to be.
Yeah, look at the motion, right? That dude rules, as well as I like guy with a fully wrapped face. The like leper ninja over here on the right side. Those two are my favorite ones out of the whole thing. So
it has some real character.
Mm-hmm. So, but they're very cool rats. I liked them a lot. Some of them are a little goofball, like this dude right here with the two little. See if I got another picture of him. Where do I have it? All right, I'll go back to that one. That's fine. The dude with the two little tubes coming out of his back or whatever, with the little weird hooky spray tubes. First of all, what is this? What is happening
here? Like Bane.
Yeah,
he's got to juice up on venom.
Yes, like Bane infiltrated the ninjas. Makes no sense.
He's a rat ninja for you.
This was definitely some kind of weird Warcry warband or something. And then they were just like, nah, it's gutter runners. Because too many of these dudes are just like armed in weird, non-standard ways. And yeah. So, but this dude has the derpiest face. It is just, he's like giant teeth right at the front of his mouth. Like he has no muzzle. He's just, hey guys, I brought tubes.
Hey guys, I'm here too. I brought my tubes.
You guys need tubes? It's got
He's
juice. I've got juice in my tubes.
He's got juice. He didn't want to pay $7 for a water at Conflux 2, so he brought his own.
That's right. That's right. He can just hold the thing out and be like, anybody thirsty?
Anybody thirsty?
Yeah.
He's great. He's a team player.
The champion is on a different size base than the rest of the unit. For like reasons I can't understand, but it is true.
Well, that makes me believe that it was supposed to be a Warcry warband more than anything else.
Right.
Because they do that shit there, and I hate it.
Yep. Just him, though. The rest are all fine. Everybody else is on 28s, but this one guy. So, okay. I will say, now that I can talk about him, they are actually pretty... The champion is an outright nightmare to assemble. I was like assembling him first, because of course it's like the first... When you open the instructions, the champion's the first one, right?
Yeah,
as per standard in the instructions. And I was putting him together, and it was a complete nightmare. And I was like, oh my God, if all these guys are like this, I am going to throw this out the freaking window right now. And for some reason, he's just a complete nightmare. But everybody else is really easy. The way they go together is, like, for the most part, it's two, like, lower torsos and legs you just snap together. Okay? Yeah. So both the Night Runners and Gutter Runners. Pretty standard. They just have, like, basically from their chest, or from the breasts down. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then into the legs and feet. Those all assemble. That clicks together, just two pieces. And then the top you put on them, like with both of the arms and the shoulders and everything, there's just like a top you slide on.
It's like Lego.
Like a Lego. Yes, exactly. And that decides if it's a Gutter Runner or a Night Runner. Does that make sense? Like the Night Runner has a different top that goes on him than the Gutter Runner. Other than that, they're the same. And then you just pop a head in the front. So they are a very simple assembly beyond that.
Okay.
Beyond that champion. They were quite pleasant. Just that one dude.
What made the champion? Was it just like fiddly or a lot of little bits, or was it just a pain?
It was fiddly, and it did the whole like, you've got a quarter of this piece and 2/3 of this piece, and it's like, just put them together, and you're like, how? What is connecting here?
Hate that. Hate when they do that.
Yes. But they're cool. So yeah, you could use those tops on just like other rats pretty easily, because you get just like, you get a whole, every sprue gives you all the extra tops of the other kind you're not making, if that makes sense. Right? So like if you're making the Night Runners, you have 10 extra Gutter Runner tops or whatnot.
Oh, is it 10? Is the box 10?
Yeah, 10, yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. It makes perfect sense for Skaven. I saw 5. I thought it was only 5. Crazy.
No, I just went down. I was just cutting them because they're kind of hard to photograph altogether. Like you lose some of the dudes in the back, but yeah, there you go. So that was that. Working on those guys. And then now what I'm working on is finishing up my last models. I need to paint for my, I don't have a picture of them yet because they're still in progress, but my little shooters. He's a shooter.
Oh,
my little Chaos Dwarf shooters. Yeah, little blasters. Pop.
He's got that blicky with the stendo.
And these guys are great. I love these little dudes. I never like, I hate dwarves, but I love Chaos Dwarves. And the thing I never realized about painting dwarves is that they're so much shorter. Man, it's so much less time. It's great. They're just like little blocks.
It's one of those things that feels obvious when you say it out loud, but yeah, when there's less to do, there's less to do.
That's right. Yeah. It's just true. It's just a true fact right there.
That's beautiful.
Yep. So yeah, working my way through that unit. And then that'll be all of my units basically done. I need to do a couple of anointed sentinels, but that's fine. And then some characters, and that army's complete. So not bad. It only took me, I don't know, 9 months or something. So that's fine.
Congratulations on the baby.
Thanks. Yeah, exactly. I fully gestated it. Yes, exactly. That's right. All good hobby projects take the same amount of time to create as a human person. So there you go. Yep.
And they cost less.
That is true. Absolutely. Like expensive as expensive as Warhammer is, boy, it is compared to a child, you're making out like a bandit. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And, you get mad at a model, you just put it away. Get mad at a kid.
Yeah, you can't just leave a kid on the shelf for like a season because they pissed you off or they got bad. They're bad. Yeah.
They got their bad rules, and you're like, kid, I'm sorry.
That's it. Yeah. You've hit the terrible twos. Time to get up on the shelf. I'm not. Yeah, you don't get any time. Come back when you're like 5.
Come back when you're 5. We can go watch some movies. Come back when you're, I don't know, 16. I'll teach you how to drive a car and get mad about it. I don't know what else you do with kids.
Yep, that's right. That sounds about right. All right. So with that, why don't we transition into our main topic, which is better battle traits. What I wanted to talk about now is, and CJ and I were discussing this before the show, we're pretty close now to the end of all the book cycle, right? Like we're pretty close.
Yep. Evangelion's almost over this time for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. There definitely will not be any other Ghost in the Shell that's retelling the same story in the same way. We're good here. Okay. So, Vince, are you planning to do all your Eshin with this scheme? Yeah. My entire Skaven army is that red with the white, gray type of and green thing. Yep.
Red is a good color.
It just is. Yeah, I've got that big pop in red. Everything's bright. It's a very bright color scheme. It's a riff on the old Clan Moors color scheme. Like I went and looked through the old Skaven heraldry book to find one that I thought was neat that I could build on, and I thought Clan Wars looked cool. So there you go.
Good army.
Yeah. So we're coming down to the end of this, and I thought about it, and I was like, wow, we're actually not that far away. We're only like, wait, how many armies are we away? Like, who doesn't have a book? And I realized that once Cities comes out, because we're like right on the precipice, obviously, of Cities coming out, assuming
it's like a week away.
Now. Yeah. I assume it'll get announced next week or whatever. There will be, everybody say your guesses in your head right now. How many books are left to do? I'll pause here. Everybody think about it. Okay, the answer is 5. It's 5. Now, CJ, let me tell you why that makes me somewhat sad.
Yes, sir.
So, each new tome, especially recently, has brought some significant changes to the battle traits, right? Like, this is their favorite thing to rewrite.
Right.
Okay. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay.
You got to change something, allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly. So, I wanted to talk about like some of these recent tomes. We've been taking big swings. There's a couple of things I noticed. We've done the Sylvaneth show. I don't know what Cities is going to look like. Maybe it'll end up being the same. Who knows? I hope it does. I hope we get rid of like however that worked before. I kind of hated Cities for the last couple. The last couple of versions of it I really hated. But like, Sylvaneth, what did we get? We fixed the trees, CJ. Yeah. We don't have to have like a million trees anymore. We just overgrow the table. Okay. Great.
Well, I feel like they did something good before, and then they broke it again in the index.
Yeah.
And then they fixed the break. That's not... I don't know if I want to give them credit. Like, they clogged my toilet, and then they fixed it a week later.
Sure.
I'm still pissed that they broke my toilet. But whatever.
So... But nonetheless, here we are. You buy 1 box of woods, 3 trees. You set up a single thing. You're not trying to touch tips anymore. It's great. But they're also just like throwing in other stuff. Recent battle traits. Like I went back and looked, and we'll see when we look at the index battle traits for the ones that aren't done yet. Right? And those are so sparse by comparison to these last couple. Like you look at Tzeentch, Doc, FEC, Sylvaneth, they're filling that page, baby. They're like, we're going to get There is 0 negative space allowed on this page. Okay.
Good. You're paying for that whole book. I want every square inch filled.
Right. And like just handing out weird abilities that are like clearly not applying to everything, not even really battle traits. They're just like, well, this sounds cool. What if you did this too? What if Sylvaneth just like could strike first a lot of the time? What if?
What if we could live in that future, in that utopia? How beautiful would it be?
So as I was looking at this, I was like, okay, what do we want from this? And what do we want for the remaining tomes? Because the remaining tomes are honestly, CG, and I don't know, I think you'll agree with me here. By the way, I'm assuming post cities. I'm not counting cities in this when I say 5, just so we're clear. I'm assuming cities are already here, as I mentioned. I think the 5 remaining tomes, as we'll see, are the most problematic. That they clearly do not know what to do with.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Right.
Every single one of these is just like,
right.
They have reimagined their identity multiple times since I started this game.
Right. And they're like, nobody plays this. We don't have any good ideas. Okay.
I wonder if those two feed into each other.
And like, to be clear, I'm sure these books are all written. Okay. But I'm going to talk about what I hope to see based on what we've seen recently. Because if you ask me, okay, what is the best battle traits that I've seen recently? Like out of these most recent crop of books. Let's say the last 6 is where they actually got their rhythm down. Which is a shame. That means out of 25 armies, 11 of them, tops, maximum, are going to have compelling battle traits.
Yeah. And only 14 of them suck. That's a good record if you're, a small indie company.
Right. Will Lund says, wouldn't you think that the next few tomes will be built more for what they're leading into with AOS 5? Sure. I think that's what these are right here. I think what you're seeing in Doc and Sylvaneth is just a preview of AOS 5. That's what, yes, 100% I think that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty, that first Esblight book they did right at the end of 2nd, that was kind of built for 3rd edition.
Absolutely. And the reality is they've been working on 5th probably for at least the last, I don't know, 6, 8, 9, 12 months, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Right?
Hopefully.
Somewhere like that. I'm sure the initial ideation probably starts about 1 year into the edition, which, like, my God, what an absolute nightmare. What an absolute nightmare those people have to live through. New edition's out. Time to start working on the next edition. Just like Sisyphean in the truest sense of the word. Yes.
It's great. It's great.
It's all exactly what we want. But I think the most successful, I'm interested in your opinion on this. I think the most successful at like capturing the essence of the army, not in being the most fair or balanced. Okay.
Who cares about fair and balanced? I want joy.
Absolutely. We'll figure out the balance later. Like, whatever.
Yeah. This number tweaking. I want meat.
That's right. I think the most successful one was Disciples of Tzeentch. Because it's just crazy town. We actually got rid of the fate dice. The thing that has been with Tzeentch since the first time they got a book.
Yeah.
And yet, we got somehow a cooler system. Between like the being able to banish people to the Shadow Realm and the fate points and all of that. Yes, it's another tracky accounting mechanic. We love accounting mechanics here.
That's what the army's for, is for people who love Excel.
Yeah.
They love hitting the I'm feeling lucky button on Google.
I think that if somebody asked me, like one of the comments here was, what clues are you getting from them for what 5 will be like? They are making the new edition for people who had a lot of Tylenol. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I'm going to leave it right there.
They are sipping their Tylenol before bed.
If you love a good map store, if you love trains, okay, this is going to be the edition for you. All right. I don't mean that with any mean spirit in my heart at all.
People who love to count the number of paper clips in a clear glass jar.
Sure.
You know,
are you good at estimating the number of marbles at like at the fair? Yeah. Because everybody has some kind of accounting journey they're on, something like that, like something they're tracking, doing, monitoring over the course of the game.
Journey.
Yes. Right. But like you look at these battle traits, they're just more spicy. They've got a lot more going on. There's stuff that like is going to end up applying to just like, oh, you'll use this, you use a command point, you do this crazy thing, this stuff happens, this crazy thing happens. It's like, it's more than just one idea. Like the index and the launch was like, we've got one idea for each army and we're stopping right there.
Sometimes they didn't even get to one.
Right. Yeah. Once in a while they'd be like, well, we got a third of an idea and a third of an idea. Close enough.
And you round that and it's kind of one.
We're basically there. We're basically there. So, but the reason I think Disciples of Tzeentch was the most successful, okay, was because it was all killer, no filler. It felt like Tzeentch. It cheated like crazy, which is Tzeentchian, right? It was tricksy. It was finessey. It wanted to do things that were just like silly but fun, but all aligned. Like their little individual abilities of like you can give somebody this extra bonus to charge and all the other ways you could spend your fate points. You had to still go get the fate points, and like how you got the fate points felt very Tzeentchy. And then so you did the thing that was Tzeentchy. You get a reward. You get your piece of candy, and then you can trade that candy for something that's like, haha, see, my perfect plan came together. I did these 5 things and now I nail this incredibly ridiculous charge. And to me, that like play cycle felt very Tzeentchy.
Yes, very much so. You could tell that, hey, someone who played the army made this book, which is very rarely the case sometimes. At least it feels like it.
Yeah. Yeah. It felt like not only did they play it, but they had like, and I think this is the other thing. Because you and I both know there's a difference between playing an army and like caring about an army.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I play a lot of armies. Both because of this show and because I have a lot of armies and I like playing Warhammer, right? So I'll just oh, this seems interesting, we have to play. Or we're going to do, like when we were going to do the Doc Sylvaneth reviews, I played a game of Doc versus Sylvaneth and I got my Doc back out and played against Sylvaneth a couple games and got absolutely destroyed. Destroyed. The second game, I killed 8 models. 8 tree people. It wasn't a Monster Mash game, by the way. This was a pure infantry Sylvaneth army. Like nothing had more than 2 health other than like a couple heroes. And I killed 8 models. They tabled me.
Wow.
So, anyways, I don't know what that says about the Doc versus Sylvaneth matchup, but it says something about the Sylvaneth battle traits, that's for sure. The Sylvaneth battle traits might as well just say, on turn 2, the table's overgrown. What are we doing here? It's all Sylvaneth now. The Zerg creep has expanded. Don't fight it.
You can't fight it. You can't. No. You're going to catch these hands, and they're made of wood.
See, I liked the Zerg creep when I could destroy your stupid Zerg buildings, and that would, your Zerg creep would slowly retreat, right?
Recede.
Yeah. Recede, yes, exactly. But that's you can't do that with the overgrown. No, the Sylvaneth just take over, and it's just everywhere now. They're all around you.
What? You just got to table them, and then you win.
Oh,
surely it's that easy.
Oh, yeah. I must have missed that trick.
Yeah.
But like the Sylvaneth one was great, but the reason I marked the Sylvaneth lower than Tzeentch is because it has the 2 goofball abilities that just like don't actually seem to have anything to do with anything. Just like these are random combat abilities that could have been on a war scroll or something, but they're not. They're just here because there's literally nowhere else we could put these. Right. And That's right, SJ. Zerg creep is in the StarCraft game. That's correct.
Oh,
Absolutely.
got my Zerg tokens right here.
I've got all my Marines, so there you go. I'll get those ready to go, and then we will happily shoot your bugs.
Goliath online.
I want the tanks. I've said it before in the show. I'm gonna say it again. Where's my tanks?
The siege tanks are. I hope they're going to be cool. I really wonder how they're going to do the transforming
into siege mode.
Will
they try?
Like,
or will it just be like, that's a tank, you just say it's in siege mode and put a token next to it or something?
Yeah.
All right. Back to this before we just make this a StarCraft show.
I can talk about StarCraft. I love that.
Sure, absolutely. No, but my thing is like, and they've been doing a little more of that where just like rando weird abilities sneak into the battle traits that don't like really have anything to do with battle traits, like something that's really meant for the whole, to be the theme and feel of the entire army. But it's cool. We're filling the page.
Yeah. It's something. It's better than a half blank page.
Right.
That kind of sucks.
Right. Absolutely. Cygnus said tanks, battle cruiser. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. I mean, I want the battle cruiser. Make the battle cruiser, you cowards. Okay. But
Porque no los dos.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So now what I want to do, so I think this is the direction is my point. We've gotten so many battle tomes in a row now where it's like clearly we're incorporating the lessons of 5th. We're going for more flavor that we lost in 4th. That makes me hopeful, right?
Yeah.
Because what I'm hoping the direction we're going for 5th is let's bring back the wackiness. Let's bring back some craziness. Let's bring back some flavor, some juice, some sauce. Yes.
A little bit of dressing.
Yes.
The salad is too dry.
That's right. You've brought me a piece of baked chicken and nothing else. And like, that's fine. It's well-prepared chicken. It's functional.
Yeah, like we've got baked chicken and we've got white rice. Like we have hit our nutritional macros. Can we get a little hot sauce in here? Can we get a little, a little teriyaki?
Exactly. I'm going to need something to go with this. Like, yes, I agree. We've brought the healthy meal. It works well. That's great. I've got everything. It's a nice balanced meal here. Going to get some good proteins. I agree. But you're right. There's no spice to that. Man cannot live on baked chicken and rice alone, right? Yeah. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
I got to get some crema of some kind. I'm more of like maybe a good like Alfredo on there or something. I don't know. We could go lots of directions,
A butter sauce, kind of garlic.
Yes.
Aioli, perhaps.
Oh, okay. Speaking my language. The show is about sauces now.
Sauce Hammer Weekly.
Exactly. And what I'm hoping, here's my dream. CJ, what was the best edition, whatever you want to say? When you ask people in general, I think, what was the best edition of AOS? What would be your answer? What do you think the most common answer is?
Well, so there's best and favorite. Sure. I think best could be early 3rd, maybe late 2nd. Like the first GHB in 3rd is what I would say is like the game was solid, the flavor was solid. The later GHBs got a little wacky, a little too frequent for my taste, but first GHB, 3rd edition, it was good. It was a good game.
Okay. I think most people would answer probably 2nd. Right? Like
I believe that. Yeah. I'm not going to fight that.
Now, they might identify different periods in there because like the middle of 2nd edition, the 2019 period, I loved it. But that was when Slaanesh was on a tear and I could just like kill everything with my Keepers of Secrets, and nobody figured out that all you needed was like high armor or shooting to stop that army dead, because there was no real high armor or shooting in the meta at that exact moment for like 6 months, and then our army sucked for the next 7 years forever. Because of it.
Yeah. How does it feel to be paying for the sins of being good one time because of the rules they sold to you?
Yeah, it feels pretty great. It feels pretty great that the Keeper of Secrets has literally not been worth putting on a table since COVID started.
Such a beautiful model. They hate you for wanting to buy it.
Yes. That thing is so comical by comparison. And like, finally, after years of me like railing on these points at 420, where it's a complete joke, right? They've in the last like in this battle scroll, this most recent one, they were like, all right, you know what? You're right. 400 points. I was like, get out of here. Stop it.
Nice round 400.
Yeah. Give me a break. But anyways.
Jesus Christ.
So my point is that I'm hoping what we're going to transition to here is that 4th was clearly like a reset, right? We went back, we recalibrated, rebalanced, whatever you want to say, recalibrated a lot of the rules.
They fixed the bone. They laid the foundation. It was a probably needed reset. The core rules were not amazingly written.
Sure.
Before.
So we had to do a full bonectomy. Okay, that's right.
Bonectomy.
So we did that. But now we got to rebuild some muscle, some tissue, some skeleton, some skin, you know?
We gotta get that meat on there. Organs.
Yeah. Right now we're just a skeleton walking around with maybe we got to be fair, there's some tendons holding everything together. There's some muscles, but it's not a lot. We got to finish building the body. We're like in the 5th element when that thing is like rebuilding, you know, Leeloo Dallas in the tube before they're like we got to bombard the body with greasy UV molecules to make it grow skin. That's where we are right now. We're about to be bombarded by greasy solar UV molecules, right?
Give me that grease, baby.
That's right. So that's my hope, is that that's where we're going to go. And that maybe 5th edition can repeat the glory of 2nd, is what I'm saying. Because like 2nd was when they kind of found their stride, right? So
2nd was good. It was
2nd was good. Okay.
It was good enough to get me into the game, and I had no money.
There you go. It is starting Warhammer when you have no money is always fun. Because that's how I started. I mean, I was like 17, 18 in college. I didn't have money for an army. Like I'm playing with like Battle Masters knights and stuff, you know, that kind of thing. It's funny what you can make do with. That's my point. You know, you can get along. There's options.
When the game is good enough, you want to play it.
Yeah.
And when you want to play it, you'll play it. You'll find a way to play it.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So here's the Armies Without Tomes. As we transition here, by the way, hey, if you haven't hit like yet or subscribed or done those things, do that. Hit those buttons. Click things that make dings. There you go. Can we all agree that the soggy rules have been much better than the indexes? Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, like, I've had surgery before, and not having surgery was better than having surgery. So, like, correct statement, I guess.
Gooball said there's a difference between 90s didn't have money and modern don't have money. Okay. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know which direction that goes, Gooball. I don't really know. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know where to take that.
When you didn't have money in the 90s, you couldn't afford to play Elder Scrolls Redguard, the hit Bethesda game. When you don't have money now, you can't afford what? What game are you not playing now? They all suck. You can play Darklands. It's on GOG.
Well, there you go. I am genuinely curious about that. Like, I want to know what that's like. Also, how dare you assume I was in college in the 90s when, yes, you are correct. I was most definitely in college.
Okay, Grandpa.
Yes. That was also what struck me as funny. Was like, just, boy, okay. I guess I do read as that old. I mean, that's accurate. You're not wrong.
It's accurate.
But
how
still,
dare you be accurate?
Maybe I was in college after, you know, 2000s or something. You don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
How could you assume that Vince didn't go to college after Master of Disguise came out?
I was really trying to, like, you probably know what was in my head. I was trying to, like, to make I was like, what thing would I pick in the early 2000s. What
is the event
culturally
horizon?
relevant thing could I reference?
Yeah.
That would everybody would know exactly when it was without saying anything more about it. And I could say after this is when I was in college. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything from the early 2000s.
After the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind came out.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know anything else that happened.
When Morrowind came out, it said on the cover, it said prepare for your new obsession. Which it came out in like 97, I think, actually, by the by.
Morrowind?
Mm-hmm.
Morrowind came out in 2002.
No way. No way it came out that late. The third one.
The third one. You might be thinking of Daggerfall, which did come out in 97.
Maybe I am thinking of Daggerfall.
Maybe 96.
I bet you're right. Let's see. I bet I am thinking of Daggerfall.
Let
me look at the cover. The Elder Scrolls Chapter 2. All right. Yeah, you're right. That was like 96. All right. When did Morrowind come out?
I think it was...
You're right. 2002. Wow. Good for you. Very good. You're right. I'm thinking of Daggerfall. You totally nailed me. There you go. Okay. I take it back.
Strangely obsessed with Morrowind. So
no, that's fine. When Daggerfall came out, we lost my buddy. He just disappeared for like a week. He was gone. Like I had a friend, and we just didn't.
That sentence was going to go in a whole different direction.
No, he just disappeared. We went to find him. Like, yeah. We've corrected. Thank you, everybody. Very good, and thank you for the super chat. Just some dude. Hey Vince, have you been keeping up with the new rules for 11th edition of 40K? Whether just a passing glance or reading the articles. If so, is there anything you've seen that you like? I like the getting rid of the circles and claiming terrain. Beyond that, I haven't really read many of the articles. I was going to watch Pleasant Kenobi's like kind of breakdown of some stuff, but I'm kind of waiting for a big summary at the end once it's all out. But yes, so when that came out, he just disappeared. And then like we went to his house like 7 or 8 days later. And we went into his house. I mean, his parents' house, obviously. This is 1996, as we just said. And we went downstairs, and he was in his underwear with a comforter from a bed wrapped around him, sitting at the computer, just click. He hadn't left the computer. He'd like been sleeping right next to the computer, and he had just played Daggerfall morning to night for like 8 days straight. No showering. Hadn't really eaten. There was like 2 cans of like SpaghettiOs that he had just eaten from the can next to him.
We have lost our recipes.
Mm-hmm.
We were a society once.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. At any rate. Okay. Imagine being around in the late 1900s. Yes, exactly. All right. Gooball, in the 90s, living was cheap and luxuries were expensive. Now living is expensive while luxuries are comparatively cheap. Interesting. I would need to think about that. That's an interesting paradigm. I don't know.
Is that true?
Yeah, I don't.
What is a luxury? Is gold a luxury?
That's true.
Are fine silks a luxury? Because those are kind of expensive.
Look, my caviar and like, I don't know, quail eggs or whatever I eat as a luxury or whatever. Those were expensive in the 90s. They're expensive now. No, I don't know. I would need to go dig into the data on that and really look at like your basic sort of goods and services and what they cost as a percentage of current income with sort of your purchasing power parity and stuff like that. I mean, certainly some things have gotten very cheap. Like technology has gotten a lot cheaper. Yes.
Technology's gotten cheap. Subway sandwiches have gotten very expensive.
There you go.
That. There was in Milwaukee, right outside of our hotel, there was a Subway on a corner, and they had painted over the $5 footlong, but it was very poorly done, so you could still see it. It was like, oh my god, this is like seeing a fossil in a museum.
Nice. Amazing. Hades. I finally got that Tempest Eye box for cheap. I'm wondering what to do with the Duerden in it. Should I keep them for AOS or use them in the old world? I say sit on them. My honest answer is sit on them, because one of the books that's not done is Fire Slayers, and that could go any of 10 directions. And it could be that those old dwarves join up. It could be that they get retired. We could go a lot of ways. So my answer is sit on them. You may have gold, you may have some stonks there, or you may have not. I don't know. Like me, it could be anything. So I'd say just hodl. That's my answer.
It could be gems, could be coal. You never know.
Right. And
you got to invest.
That also could be good or bad because I don't know what's coal going for, so there you go.
Well, in this economy, you can't even use it to build a bridge.
Doomtone said, don't sit on your models. That's true. Hold them. Yes. Don't sit on them. That's a good point. They'd probably hurt anyways because they're dwarves. There's a lot of sharp pointy bits on that.
Don't tell me what to do with my models. They're my models.
That's my thing. I'm into sitting on them. Okay.
Part of the hobby.
Yeah. All right. So our current armies without tomes. Fire Slayers, Seraphon, Slaanesh, Maw Tribes, Suns. 3 of these 5 are armies that I play on the regular, which I love. That's very funny. Okay.
They did this to you.
Sure.
They left these to the end just for you.
But that's all right. I have all of these armies except Fire Slayers, who I will never have and never want, and that is obviously nothing. So that's fine.
Who cares?
Who cares?
They're naked little boys.
So we're at 20 of 25 armies. We got a chance with these last 5 to do some big things. It could end up being an advantage that we wait here. So now we enter the tinfoil hat theory, wish casting part of the show, whatever you want to call it.
The spin zone.
The spin zone. You're welcome. Welcome to the spin zone. That's right. Where we're going to talk about these 5 armies and how we think they should work. What should be changed? What shouldn't? What should they have? All right, here we go. So first up is Fire Slayers. And as a reference, I brought in all of the different indice stuff. Okay. Like that is to say, I brought in the battle traits from the indices. Okay.
I couldn't remember all those.
No, God, I couldn't remember them. Now, we shouldn't necessarily base our decision completely off this. I don't want to have any sunk cost fallacy. We can throw all these completely in the trash.
Right.
Okay. That's fine.
But it's good to know where you're coming from.
Exactly. So, obviously, with Fire Slayers, they had one idea. That idea was the same idea they had since they made Fire Slayers, which was the sculptor, whoever did Fire Slayers, and sent those naked babies down the little elevator into the rules team, where like their little elevator that comes down, they open up the box, just like ding, and the delivery happens, and they pull it out, and they're like, okay, we got to make rules for whatever this is. What are these things? And they got a bunch of naked baby dwarves that had they were looking them over, and they noticed that there was runes all over them, and they were like, okay, let's build our entire personality around this. That's it.
Great.
It could have just as easily been a beard-based comp people. Like they all could have just been based on their beards, and the runes could have been incidental.
Well, you have to have a bigger beard, and then you do more damage. Man, I love first edition.
Here's my first question. Speaking of what we just spoke about. We already had a KO book. It didn't have Fire Slayers in it. So we know we're not getting them in there. But, CJ, should the normal dwarves from the cities join the Fire Slayers?
Well, that's a difficult question because should on both ends, right? There's the end of the normal dwarves. Should they not get their own thing? Should they lose that? Should COS lose that identity of the multiracial jolly cooperation lads? And I would hope not. However, should Fire Slayers get a little variety?
Right.
Yes, they should. I don't know that is the way I would do it, but they're in this situation where they're kind of on the tracks. Their train has left the station. and they gotta like Grommet build the rest as they rocket towards 5th edition.
Okay.
You gotta, country boys gotta make do.
Let me give you my answer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think the answer is yes, and I think they should still be in cities. I think it should be both. And they should just both have different scrolls.
Just give them different values, different... It's easy.
Yep. Because I think Fire Slayers are boring. We talked a couple weeks back about the types of units we'd want to see in here. Go back and watch that show if you want to see us talk about what Fire Slayers units we think we need. But I think it just make the army a heck of a lot more interesting if they had the regular dwarves also mixed in as an option. Okay. At minimum, they should have an army of renown that integrates them and a regiment of renown or whatever. Jag with the super chat saying, "Hey friends, off topic, but I got a pre-order in for City of Ash. Stoked for the new Clan Eshin models. You should be stoked because they're awesome. I mean, their rules suck, like horribly, god awful, put in as a joke, but it doesn't matter because models are forever, baby, and they will have good rules eventually. Forever. That's right.
Rules change every 15 minutes.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that the Fire Slayers get a lot more interesting by having the normal dwarves in there.
Yeah.
I think that would then open up some interesting different things. So, okay, let's talk about their battle traits. Let's get to this. Let's start here. Are we keeping the rune system, right? Where they've got these runes and they're meant to burn like 5 of them. There's 5 runes. Why? What a coinky dink. There's 5 rounds in the game. You can use one rune a round. I know. This is, it's weird. Cosmic alignment. What else could it be? Should we keep the rune system?
No.
Okay.
Not as a battle trait. Okay. You could put it on their war scrolls, give the units a little more identity. You could tie it to different army identity in general. Like you have it be a lot more. You have support units that are enablers, and you've got your beefy boys that once you turn them on, they go crazy in combat or they do something. And so you've got that, like your builder, spender, action economy. But having your entire battle trait list be, hey, you've got 5 1 cost instant spells. Go crazy.
Sure.
You've got deflecting palm in your hand from turn 1. This will go really great if someone does the thing that makes it go great. And if that doesn't come up, or if you time it wrong or whatever, then it's just not fun. It's not fun to only have choices when there are times to make bad choices. Like some of your rules should just be automatic because some of the better armies just have automatic rules. It's not this Sophie's choice on a Tuesday if it rained, do this on a roll a d3 on a 2-up, do the minimum. Like, it's not fun and it's not good. If you can only be one thing, be fun, but they have chosen neither sometimes.
Okay. So I agree with you. I actually think we should ditch this whole battle trait. I really do. And the same way that, like, I think if you would have asked Tzeentch people before the Tzeentch tome, should we get rid of fate dice? They would have been like, no, of course not. That's been there forever. And it's like, well, okay, well, what does forever mean in this context, right?
What is forever? It's just a long.
I completely agree with you. These should be moved to the individual units. I think every unit should have an always-on ability that you can burn that has like a once-a-game sub-ability, right? That like you go Super Saiyan effectively. I think I'm using that correctly, having never watched Dragon Ball Z.
Pretty much.
And they like, and you use those runes, then number one, you're not stuck with just like this weird menagerie of runes where like your entire army gets this thing, but it's probably only beneficial for like 2 units at any given point in time, right? Yeah. Instead, you can make the runes really interesting and varied, and you can make it fit to certain units so they have better role alignment. Like, you could have the unit that you want to be fast and go out and move and get in position, just have a rune that makes them really fast and gives them that ability and turns them into a scouty type unit.
What a concept.
Right. Yeah. Super easy, right? You could have the rune, the group that you want to be an anvil, just have an anvil-y type rune, and they burn it to go like super anvil for a round. So they're just like unbreakable and so on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Martin Orlando says, I have just described Custodes rules in 40K. Oh, okay, cool. Well, there you go. Okay, great. Even better. Do that then, apparently. It already exists. Wonderful.
They've tested it in the other game. Do it here.
There. Talk to the people who are across the wall from you. They're probably not that far away. They're in the lunchroom.
I wonder if they hate each other. Like, if
I think they have the same managers now. I think they brought all the teams together, so they have like single managers that report up now across it. Because I was talking to one of the guys at Adepticon, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm working with both groups now, and blah blah blah, and all this." I was like, "Oh," because I said, "Well, you're living it up. You got all the attention on you right now. You're the 40K guy." And he's like, "No, I'm doing both now." I was like, "Okay." So my point is, they've de-siloed you. Work together. Okay. Thoughts on, is Warcry dead? Warcry is definitely dead. Like I said, the Skaven, those gutter runners clearly having been made for Warcry, but then showing up as just this thing tells me for sure.
Yeah. Snore cry, boar cry, dead cry.
Yes.
Get that shit out of here. Great models, though.
Sure. So runes, they're done. I'm done with these. They're now abilities on individual battle scrolls. Okay, so what are we putting here?
Perfect.
What is the Fire Slayer's battle traits? What the heck do these guys actually do? What weird accounting task can we give them, CJ?
Well, accounting, they're mercenaries. Give them money.
Sure. There you go. Straight up.
Just give them money. They've got forges. So you could tie a lot to, their forges and forge fathers or something. Like, just some aspect of, hey, these guys are on fire and forges are on fire and they all live in Akshi. I don't know. You could have a fire army do fire stuff.
Yep. That seems reasonable. They should have some, I agree. They should have some like fiery forge like type abilities. Yes. Like if that would be their equivalent of like the Sylvaneth, we get to strike first or do that kind of weird crap, right? That feels like what that is. I think the way to go here for your weird accounting task, since everybody needs a weird accounting thing now. Okay.
Good.
I mentioned that on the scrolls, you can burn them out to do like a once per game powerhouse ability, right? Okay. Well, obviously, you're pretty incentivized not to do, like, let's say you lose the base ability once you use that thing. Okay. Like, so there's sort of
Makes
two
it
abilities.
It's
a real cost to it. But in the battle trait, the flip side of that is you're tracking the number of runes you've burned. And the more you've burned, the more energy of Volcatrix you've like released. And so some special, you get to choose, like, maybe it's a selection of bonuses that when you get to certain levels, you choose a certain thing. And now that applies to your whole army as a thing. So you're trying to burn them. Like, and you can't use more than blah, blah, blah. You can't just burn the whole thing in one turn, right? Obviously, like you can structure it. So it's not just like, okay, first turn, my turn, I burn all 10 of my runes and I'm done. You know, like, obviously.
I burn all 10. Now I can shoot lasers out of my eyes.
Right. So I think that's number one. Okay. Like, that's your weird accounting thing. You're tracking the number of runes that got burned in their once per game. And like, there's some kind of limit on how many you can do or how many count, or you get a max of one per turn, or I don't know, something. Okay. And it adds, like, there's lots of ways you could choose to gate it, where you can, some would be hard gates, some would be soft gates, whatever. And it just adds army-wide abilities. I'd prefer it if they were army-wide abilities you chose from a list, where it's like, kind of like how they did the dock, where it's like you get to choose off the blood rights table, right? So you're not forced into like, everybody's just +1 to hit because you burnt 2. Like, I hate that kind of crap. That's boring.
That's boring.
Like, maybe I want the +1 to hit or whatever. Maybe that's a choice on the table, but maybe one of my other choices is like, I don't know, everybody can just like retreat and charge now or something. That's pretty cool. That in this game, that might be the very useful thing for me to do. Who knows?
You have options. That's when you can get your silver bullet choices in your army. Like, oh, hey, we're going up against, I don't know who's got an army-wide ward anymore, but hey, maybe one of your options is melee attacks impose -1 to ward saves.
Love
Well,
it.
now,
Yes, perfect. This is what I'm talking about. You are cooking now. Absolutely. That's
we're at the
exactly
forge,
what
we're
I'm
at the
talking
pizza
about.
pit.
Yeah, we're down there. We're just getting
We're
them
in
out.
we're in the Akshi Denny's cooking up a grand slam.
Absolutely. So that would be my number one thing. Okay. Would be the sort of burn your runes to collect energy of Volcatrix, yada 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 yada. We talked about some fire abilities. That seems right. There's a third thing though I think they need, because like now we've got all these different abilities in our battle traits, right?
Right.
And here's my honest answer: we got to bring back the thing that these dudes were based on. And that is Slayers.
Right.
Okay. We have anti X rend technology in the game, but we could have anti X other things. Doesn't have to just be rend, right?
That power. We have the control.
Yes. It's just a function structure.
Yeah.
It could be anti X, use this other weapon profile B. You could go that far where they literally shift into a completely different weapon profile. Yes.
That'd be so cool.
Okay. But yes, like bring back the Slayer stuff. I think there's lots of ways you could do it. Maybe certain units. Maybe you got to pick some kind of enemy in your deployment phase, right? And then your army is like set about slaying that thing. Okay. And you get bonuses whenever you do it.
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, like exactly kind of what I'm thinking of there. So Murgonk said, remember when you could give a unit anti-X in the seasonal rules? That should be a core Fire Slayer trait.
Yeah.
Yes, that kind of thing is exactly what I'm talking about, right? Hey, Tori, how you doing? I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And like, it would be amazing if they actually let you pick it by, like, sure, we could do it on Monster or Cav or something like that, but it'd be even neater if the bonuses were bigger, but the target was more specific.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So like, and you basically Cygnus got to exactly where I was talking about. Anti-Troggoth, anti-demon, right? Stuff like that. Yeah.
Anti-elf. Dude, my dwarves hate elves. What?
Elf.
Tolkien couldn't have done it better.
Absolutely. Anti-elf.
Elf.
Right? And like sometimes it would apply to the whole army for sure. Sometimes it wouldn't. It'd be interesting like when that's really valuable, right? Because like Gits, you could end up with a very limited ability, like because they could be spread out over a ton of different weird stuff.
Yeah.
But like cities, you're probably mostly good picking like human or whatever. So I don't know. I think that would be the third thing. I'm not trying to write the rules, but that's the core of it to me. Now we're actually doing interesting battle traits. We're harkening back to Slayers. We have a fun accounting task, and we have some cool fire-based pop-offs that cost command points or something like that. Boom.
You get your three flavors, right? You've got your base, you got your sauce, and you got your little cherry on top.
That's right. Okay. So there you go. We solved Fire Slayers. Make it happen, GW. It'll probably just be the freaking runes again. They probably can't think of anything else, but
it's a humble $10 billion company. Why could they come up with better ideas?
Sure. All right. I hope to be wrong about this. All right. Next up, Seraphon. This has changed. Like this one, at least we have the advantage. Whereas with Fire Slayers, right? The thing is like, well, it's been consistent the whole time. They made them, they have these runes they burn, and that's been the story ever since. Whereas with Seraphon, every time they write the book, they're like, I don't know, something. They got like, remember the version of Seraphon where you had to pick like 17 different things at the start of the game, like different levels of things?
They managed to make dinosaur wizards with lasers way too tedious to be fun for someone who just plays red-green deck. Like,
yeah, there was no gruel option in that book.
Gruel option.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay. Number one, we take all of this great plan crap, okay, that's existing right now. That's gone. We're throwing this in the trash.
Get it out of here.
Right. Okay. That's obvious. This is, what is this? This is nonsense. This is a bunch of nonsense.
It's just like, hey, we've got flavor and we don't know how to convey that more organically. So we're literally like writing it on a sticky note and putting it on your face while you play. They love constellations. Oh, do they do anything else with constellations? Don't ask me. I'm just a little guy.
Right. Okay. So what are we doing with them? Right? We going back to like a Starborn, spawned thing. Remember, because the frog like can dream them back into existence. That was their whole concept for a while. And they like kept that around for a little while, and they just sort of slowly been reducing that. We bringing that back. No. What are we doing here with Seraphon?
Okay, so here's what you do with Seraphon. There are two halves of Seraphon. You have dinosaurs, and you have dinosaurs that read, I don't know, Wheel of Time or something.
Yeah. You got humanoid dinosaurs and dinosaurs. Yes.
Yeah. You've got Saturday morning cartoon dinosaurs, and you've got dinosaurs that read, I don't know, Darwin.
Sure. With it.
Dawkins, that's the funny guy. So you just lean into the fact that there are two parts of this army that can synergize or be separate, right? You've got the guys who eat and they fight and they go crazy and they ride other dinosaurs. And then you have the side of it that is, we cast spells and we see 1 billion futures and we have alien intellects because we're reptiles. And you just give them rules for that.
Okay.
You have your sub-faction choices, maybe give you a little, they change the balance of that flavor. But you've got dinosaurs with lasers. You can give them rules that are as cool as that. Give them fucking Street Shark rules. Where do you have to start like losing the plot? Where you stop realizing that starting with dinosaurs is the cool thing.
Right.
You're already cool. You just keep moving that. You move the dial more.
Yep. Yeah. This isn't technically a battle trait, but you've hit on something I want to mention. Number one, you've got to have a monster traits in this thing. Got to.
Yes.
I want to be able to customize my giant dinosaurs. If it doesn't have that, book's a failure right out of the gate. Try again. Okay.
Where's my 3-headed T-Rex, my Tri-Rex? What's that stupid shit? You ever heard Halo talk about his Tri-Rex?
No.
So it's a T-Rex with 3 heads.
Sure.
And
I can picture it.
In the film Alien, the alien bleeds acid, right? That's very dangerous.
Yes.
What's more dangerous than acid? Well, you might say something like, I don't know, super acid or like molten metal. Well, a Halo very cleverly said, oh, gravity. The Tri-Rex, it bleeds gravity and has 3 heads.
Bleeds gravity.
So I want that monster trait. I want it to bleed gravity.
Yeah, okay. Got it. But the funny part about this is you could write that rule very easily. Like, if it's wounded at all, you can't retreat from it.
You can't retreat. You get -1 move. They lose flying.
Sure. Yeah. Easy. That's very funny. I love that. Yeah. I love that, like, that insane idea is actually pretty easy to put into rules in AOS. That it just shows we're not thinking big enough with the way we're framing these rules. Absolutely.
They've gone too close to the ground. Like, it was too high up, 2,000 feet. Now they're losing the forest for the trees. Hey, there's a happy medium.
Agreed. Okay. I think you're exactly right. Because I think Mergonk might have said it, but it's like a marriage of Tzeentch and Ironjaws, right? And that's basically what you're getting at too. You have this strange combination of like the biggest brains in AOS, right? Like these crazy future-seeing Doctor Strange frogs, right? Okay. And you've got like just giant savage dinosaurs stomping across the lands like a Saturday morning cartoon. Yes, I agree. Okay. So how do we marry these two things together in the battle traits? Well, I have an answer. Okay. Instead of, so first of all, in our like just weird abilities that we get other than monster traits, we're going to have a couple of fun like savagery type abilities where our monsters or even our normal like humanoid dudes like Sauruses and stuff like that can just like do some super cool savage stuff for command points or whatever, right? Like just fun combat, tear into things, do some mortal damage, eat things, whatever. Right? So like I would probably do it to where like it's like a command point, and if the model has the monster keyword and it damages a unit, roll a die on like a 5-up, one model in that unit's automatically slain, right? So
just make them go crazy. Get some stupid Jurassic Park reference, like just give them an ability, a command point, call it Clever Girl, and let them move out of the movement phase or something crazy. Like
there we go. You're going exactly where I was going.
With
yes, yes. So we got like these couple savagey abilities, right? Where they just tear through stuff and ignore, cause a bunch of extra rend, instant slay things, whatever. All the fun stuff you'd imagine that says like we're giant savage dinosaurs. Okay, cool. But you need the like celestial smarty pants planning side too.
Right.
Okay. And I think the smarty pants celestial planning side is like what they were trying to get at here. And you want to be careful you don't make it like a win more mechanic. Okay.
Right. That's always a problem.
Sure. But I think what it should be is each round you get to like pick a certain thing that you've got to do from a list. Okay. So like you've got a list of things you're trying to accomplish in the game. Let's say it's like 7 things long. Okay.
Yeah.
And at the start of the round, like at the start of battle round phase, once per battle round, army, start of battle round, you pick one of these things. You can't pick the same thing twice. So you're picking off a list and you're marking them off. Okay. And if you accomplish that thing, but they should be like fun things that would be interesting or things you'd want to do that are cool.
Not like pulling teeth. They're just like, hey, you were cool. Here's your cool guy point.
Yeah. It's just which cool guy thing are you going to do this round, right?
Right.
Okay.
Call your shot.
Call your shot. That's right. And when you do it, when you do the cool thing, that's your like furthering of the great plan or whatever it is, right? That's your big brain plan coming together. And then as a result of that, boom, you pick a bonus. Okay? Like you did the thing. You called your shot, you pointed, you did it, bonus. Okay? So yes, you're right, Mergonk. Kind of like 3rd edition battle tactics, but more fun, like align them towards like eating an enemy hero or something, or eating like, you can make them pretty specific. Like killing the enemy hero that has the most health on the table. Okay. Something like that. Like I want to do that. That sounds fun. Or whatever, right?
I want to do that.
It could even be some stuff that's bad for you. That would be even more fun because that really does speak to the plan. Like pick one of your units, right, that you have and get it destroyed. Okay. Like pick one of your units. If at the end of the turn it's destroyed, you get your little thingy and you pick your reward. Okay. It is about like I am very much describing sort of a 3rd edition battle tactics thing, but I'm seeding it firmly in a narrative and I'm making it and hopefully I'm framing it to more fun things that you might be trying to, that are either going to happen or you might want to happen anyways, right? But so the skill test here is just like, the problem with 3rd edition battle tactics and doing them every round was you're always looking down the list and being like, which one of these things that I don't want to do can I do this round?
Yeah.
Because they were always like stupid craps.
Chores.
Yes, they were chores. Yeah. The key with this to make this good is you want it to be aligned with stuff they were going to do anyways. You might say, well, Vince, I'd never want to lose a unit. Yeah, you do. This is a trading game. Very often you charge in to like hold something and you know that unit's going to die. Okay. And so like, okay, well, that unit's going to die. Pick them, you know, whatever. And there you go. You got a unit that's almost dead. They're about to die in combat. Great. Why not get a reward off of that?
Why not get a reward for it? It makes you a really clever, like big brain Slaawn wizard. I'm going to pick that unit. Now, opponent, if you kill that unit,
right,
I get some good shit. If you don't kill it, hey, I get that point. Like there is some skill expression ability there. Really leaning into the flavor of these frogs have brains the size of a sedan.
Right. Hey, what's up, William Page? How you doing, buddy? Been a minute. I just reached out recently. Well, it's good to hear from you, Will. Something bad happens, and it was all part of the plan. Feels like giving rules for a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, kinda. Kinda. You're not wrong, right? Like a couple things on the list should be like bad for you, right?
Yeah. They can't all just be good.
Right, but it lets you get good from bad. Part of what I'm trying to do here is have some like, you know, failing forward is like a big thing in game design where when like something bad happens, you get like, that's why Blood Tithe has always been like so popular, right? Because it doesn't care. You kill their unit, you get a Blood Tithe. You kill your unit, you get a Blood Tithe. Like it was neat. So even when you lost one of your units, you're like, oh, I still get something out of this. You get a little rebate. So that's what I'm trying to open up the door to here, right? Okay.
Do kids even know what a rebate is anymore?
I don't know. And if you bought technology in the late 90s at any big box store like where I worked, you definitely knew what a rebate was. Yeah. Oof. When you're getting your 100 stack of CDRs for $0, 19.99 after a 19.99 mail-in rebate, you know, come on. What are you doing?
They're giving it away.
Right. My dice only roll bad. My only hesitation of the plan stuff is that it feels a little zinchy like their old 2nd or 3rd rules. I don't disagree. Like it's a little bit like that. There's some of that going on. Theirs was a little different because like you picked one, if I remember right, and tried to do it however their weird plan thing worked. But like this is an army that like also has that plan thing. Again, there's like a Zinch marries Iron Jaws thing and they have a baby, and that's Seraphon. And so I get it. This is tough to like actually, you know,
it's
find the thing that speaks to all of it.
To have 25 armies with 0 Venn diagram over.
Right.
And so sometimes you got to lean into the, you know what, this makes sense for 2 different things. The way you differentiate it is the flavor and what you get out of it.
Yep. And I think you could pick 7 things that's like a mix of good and bad, like 4 good and 3 bad or something like that. Or 3 good, 1 neutral, and 3 bad. And if you call your shot, like I think, and then they give you an army-wide buff, I think that could legitimately be a fun and interesting battle trait.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be like, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. I think we could get there. Okay. So that would be my idea for Seraphon. Like, so that combined with, like I said, like the savage ability stuff, so you can just like turn it on and go full savage dino ham. Right. I think that'd be cool. It'd be really neat if we could get, if there was one more, sorry, there should be one more, which is just called like teleportation from the mothership or something like that. And it just lets them, it's just, that's their can start in reserve and then teleport onto the table ability because they can drop from the starships. So, you know, this is an army with spaceships. We need to lean into that.
They have the Star Trek transporter. They phase in.
Yeah.
They've got red shirts too. Why not?
You can't set them up on terrain, obviously, because it's too dangerous to teleport onto the terrain. They got to, yeah. They got to be clear of terrain. Yeah, that would be the other thing. They need to be able to be put in reserve and teleport down because they can come in from the spaceships. That one's the other. That like I must. If you're not gonna do, like the actual spaceship game, if you're not gonna give me Battletoad Gothic, okay,
fucking Battletoad,
then at least give me a mention to it here. Okay, that's all I'm asking. So yeah.
They have actual, like, even in this setting that is defined by its over-the-topedness, these are alien in this alien world. Like, they have lizard brains, they live in starships, they worship constellation gods, not even physical gods, like gods that are more esoteric than even the chaos gods.
Yep.
Give them weird shit.
Yes.
Everything should be weird. Every unit card, every battle trait, every spell should be alien.
Yes. If when you took Lord Croak or even a normal Slan, it opened up an ability on their war scroll that was called orbital bombardment, where they could just like bomb the battlefield from their spaceships, I would be completely supportive of that. Okay.
Using telepathy, let's drop all of the asteroids onto them right now.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. 100%. Not just weird, unpronounceable. Yeah, sure. Yep. Like get crazy with it. All right. All right. I think we've got Seraphon nailed. All right. Hedonites of Slaanesh. I put this one in the middle intentionally because I didn't want to end on it because it would make me sad.
Yeah.
So this entire idea sucks and is not even worth talking about. This is stupid. And bad.
No. I don't even want to read it.
Yeah. First of all, this is a giant wall of text that they've had to like FAQ a bunch of times because it was so bad in its initial incarnation that they ended up changing it all around because they were like, oops, we accidentally gave all of our opponents 12-inch charges, counter charges automatically by using my battle trait. Totally reasonable.
It's what were they thinking?
They weren't. They have no idea what this army's about. The problem with this army is twofold. Number one, this army had a clean identity, and then they were like, we should introduce the shooters. Okay? And as soon as they gave this army shooting, everything went sideways.
Yeah, they've lost the plot.
Right.
They were the fast, the fast knife penetrates the shield.
Yeah, that's the saying. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. If you go fast enough, surely it'll work.
Yeah.
And now that they've got archers on horses and archers on foot and, well, 50 different flavors of foot guy. Ugh.
Right.
Ugh.
The problem with Slaanesh is that it's not brand friendly. Okay. I do agree to some point. Like, there are a bunch of British prudes, and some part of Slaanesh is undoubtedly about sex. Like, we're adults here. Okay. It is a relatively important part of human existence. It's how the species continues and propagates. Okay. But they have that British
pervert.
Yeah. But they have that Britishness about them that says we're not allowed to talk about it. So that's fine. I get it. Okay. But like, you can lean into that by using a bunch of different words and have, alluring stuff like that. Like, you can get around it. Okay. But regardless of all that, there's also more to Slaanesh than just that. Like, it's fine. I know.
The coolest Slaanesh model, in my opinion, is the guy with the heart pulled out of his spine. There is nothing, probably nothing sexy about that.
But doesn't feel like it.
The art and the music and there is so many directions you can take to aesthetic size success. It doesn't just have to be, hey, what if their titties were out? Or what if the dudes were wearing BDSM gear? That's crazy, right?
That's crazy, right? Look at that dude. He's got
That's
leather with
crazy.
weird spikes on it. He's
He's got,
edgy. He's edgy now.
Or the contorted epitome. Like there is nothing about that is quantifiably excessive. It's a snake mirror with 2 demons on it. That's just weird, and that's great.
Yes. Agreed. Okay. So, Hedonites. What would we do here? How we fill in this page? Well, first of all, obviously this is all gone.
Yeah, wipe it clean.
We're wiping the slate clean. Here's number 1. If I had to define Slaanesh, we're going to leave the shooters. It's fine. I don't need to retire the 2 kits, even though I'd like to. I'd like to yeet the Bliss Barb archers and Bliss Barbs themselves into the archers and the riders into the sun.
Yeah.
The shooters into the sun.
I
won't.
I've tried to paint those guys. They're too finicky. They've got too many bits.
No. They're so annoying. It's so annoying. Okay? But nonetheless, see, the problem here is what they want to do is because some part of this army is about like sadomasochism, right? To some degree.
Lean into it.
Is like you want to have, and also they're the enemy of corn, again, for no reason, because of weird 90s British thinking, which is weird and backwards.
Well, the opposite of war is sex.
Right. Obviously, I've said this 100 times, but Slaanesh's opposite is Nurgle, and Tzeentch's opposite is corn. And that is just the truth.
Yes. I'm not even going to diatribe. If you've gone over it, then yeah, you are correct.
Right. Like, in just all the ways that actually work, that's what makes sense. So, whatever. But here we are. There, like, when you think about this army, the core, like, let the shooters exist and just let them have abilities on their war scrolls. And basically, the army abilities can just not feed into them. They survive on their own stuff. Like, having some shooting in your army is benefit enough. Okay? Maybe they, like, incidentally get to partake in something. But, like, Nighthaunt got shooters, and we didn't try to break all of the army and suddenly be like, well, we got to care about these shooters now or whatever. Okay? No. Okay. So
it's crazy. You could just have an army that's bad at a thing.
Yes. Like, they can have some shooting, and it's just there to be, like, minor damage here or there, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting is its own reward. Congratulations. Okay? They're not a shooting army. There are a bunch of people with giant claws and ultra-sharp blades moving very quickly and elegantly. That's what they are. Okay? So, like, number 1, outside of the battle traits, every scroll should just be fast and every scroll should have good rend. That's just where we start. Okay?
That's the word 0.
Right. And the battle trait, like, so we got to think about, like, how we break this out. The easiest thing to think about is just, like, your sort of generic thing. Okay? And, like, I would love it if they didn't get crit mortals. Okay? Because that's just, like, too easy. But I would love it if they got, like, a new kind of crit that was, like, crit rend 4. Or something.
Oh, God. Then you have to resolve all those. Oh.
Like, just super. I mean, most of the time it's gonna amount to the same thing, but it's just kind of more interesting. Super high armor could still survive it. Like, there are things with a 2-up save, right? They all out defense. They go through. They still have a 6-up. That's interesting to me for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I believe that. Functionally automatic is more fun than actually automatic.
Right. So that's just sort of a basic thing. But to me, if we're going to play their accounting game with them, because that's the new thing, right? That's like your big battle trait. Okay. Then we need something that speaks to excess, to depravity. Right? So what do we track here? What's the excess that we track on that isn't us giving our opponents a buff? Okay.
You don't like being worse at the game and having bad units?
Right.
What
Correct.
do you want?
Correct. Because the payoff for all this is like they die easy. That should just be the
Right.
thing. You're made of paper. You're an elegance
You're
unit.
made
Okay.
exactly.
I would love it if this whole army, like just universally, was basically like a 6-up save with like a 4 or 5-up ward due to speed and elegance and dancing.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great. That would be the appropriate way to design this army. Where they're just all running around in bikinis and cloth and relying on their like excessive speed to dodge out of the way of things. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what? You can even lean into that even further. You
Okay,
give
I'm
them
ready.
a crazy high ward relative to what they are, because to represent their speed and their dodging and their whip. How do you balance that? If they haven't moved that turn, like if they're stuck in combat, they lose some of that ward.
Mm. Oh, like it
You
goes down
incentivize. It goes
each
down
round they're in combat or each
every
turn they're in combat.
turn
Yeah.
you have been in combat. It goes. You get -1 on that ward.
Mm-hmm.
They are poking and prodding, and they're finding weaknesses, and they're pushing the claw through the weak point in the armor. They're trying to find the weak link in the chainmail. You don't throw them in and go band for band with Stormcast. You don't stick and prod. That's what Nurgle does. You don't try and go one-on-one. That's what Khorne does. You try and be tactical with where you are, with where you're charging, with where you're getting charged, with your positioning.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not accounting. That's just, hey, you can lean into the cool part, give them a bonus, balance it by punishing lethargy, reward excess.
So I'm going to pitch something at you here. I'm nervous about it and I need to refine it more, but here's my basic idea. Like I'm just going to say this isn't perfect, but here we go. I want their accounty thing to be a reward they get every time they go excessive. So, here we go. The following things. Oh, you're up to 132 pages there, huh? Adam? All right. Well, it's going to be a big book. All right. Ended up bigger than we thought. You're going to get some value for your money with this book. Okay.
It's a good book, sir.
Every time I'll just list some things that I think are like excessive, right? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Every time you get a, I don't know, like an 11 or 12 on a spell cast, a 12, whatever. Like you max out a casting roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Every time you kill a unit on the charge, like just completely flatline a unit, right? Just like slay them all on the charge. Like no one is standing.
You don't even hit combat.
Just like, well, no, I mean, you can do it in combat. Like I don't mean kill them on the charge itself. I mean, like you charge that turn and you kill them that turn, right? So one in and done. Mm-hmm. Okay. Every time you charge, like basically every time you hit the excessive things on the dice. And you could go both directions with this, by the way. It could be like both the 12 and the 2. Yeah?
I think you do both.
Okay. So overkilling, overcasting, exactly what Tori just said. Overkilling, overcasting, overcharging. Okay. Or ultra failing, ultra, like that's the sadomasochism, right? Like they blow it up and they're like, oh yeah, bring me that miscast energy, that kind of thing, right? Every time you 2 a charge, 12 a charge, 2 a cast, 12 a cast, probably like if they have priests, it'd be like drop a prayer on a 10 plus or something like that, like whatever an excessive number to build up to cast a prayer with is, I don't know, 12, whatever, something really stupid, right? Okay.
For sure.
What else could you do? I'm just trying to think of like the other things that would happen here. I don't know. You could pick some more, like whatever. You get the general concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time you do that thing, that makes you, we could use this word that's over here because the word is good, which is euphoric, right? you gain like a point of euphoria or something like that. That's a popular show, right? And
kids love it.
Sure. And you either like, I don't know that everything should always be an army-wide bonus, but maybe it is. Maybe it is an army-wide buff. Maybe you're like, maybe in this case you are building up a table. In this case, it feels more logical rather than you picking something. Maybe you are building up. But here's the downside. You got to keep it up. The party can't end.
You got to keep it up.
Okay.
3 hours, baby.
Right. So like every round, if you don't do one of those things, if like every one of your units doesn't move, like maybe some of them are maybe a little more under control rather than just random rolls. Like if every unit in your army is fighting, that's also one. If every unit in your army moves, right? That's one or something like that. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. You can reward the X.
Right. So the point being is that like whenever you don't do one of those things, you start falling back down. The party's slowing down. Okay.
You make it the momentum army then.
That's correct. Great. Like the entire army needs to be like the build up before a drop in an EDM song, right? Like you just want the 5 rounds to just be like bum 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 bum, and just getting like bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I hear dogs coming. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh, hi. You're a different dog. Hi, Lyra. Come here. Come here. Lauren, come here, babe. Come here. Yes. Okay. See, we've been better this week. We're not attacking our sister as much, and I got a new collar that tells me to stop that. You're wet. Are you just outside?
What a little rascal.
She's been better now, though. We're working with her training. We've been doing a lot of training, and she's getting a lot better.
Oh, good.
So that's good. Yes. Hi. Okay. So there's your pup date for the week. There she is. She's very big now. Hi, baby. You being a good girl?
That's adorable.
So, no, we like it. It's still we're working with her training. We now recognize the signs, correct the behavior as soon as it starts before they actually tussle, and it's been going pretty good. We still got some work to do. It's going to take a couple weeks of training, but we're doing pretty well.
It's a little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time.
1% better every day.
That's right. With dogs, they don't learn things right away, right? It always takes a little while, but they get there. She's very smart. So there you go. So yes, what I'm saying is like, in other words, you're building up this excess, right? And you're trying to like get to this sort of like maximum ecstasy, but every time you don't do the thing, you fall back down. So it's like you're filling and dropping this bar the whole game.
Yeah.
Right. I think that would be a cool mechanic. That would feel very Slaanesh-y, where they're just trying to like turn it into the ultimate rave constantly.
That's a great your fiddly little abacus number crunching, because you have control over it. You are rewarded for succeeding and failing, but you have to be doing the things to succeed and fail.
Exactly.
It's great. You get control over it.
There you go.
I think there was a significant amount of time in 3rd edition where I was a Slaanesh player. So I have thoughts on this army.
Okay, I'm ready. Please give me your thoughts.
I think what you do with Slaanesh is you might be familiar with a little game called Magic the Gathering.
I've heard of it.
Specifically a 2-color combination, red and black. You might know them as Rakdos.
I do know them as Rakdos, yes.
That's you do that, the whole aesthetic. It's a fucking circus. They are crazy. You give them a bonus for choosing to hurt themselves to do a thing. That's your pleasure and your pain.
Okay. She's coming.
That's you call your shot like, hey, this guy, he's going to do a thing. He's going to whip himself or whatever.
Yeah.
Now he's getting some more interesting bonus than like +1 to hit. Like, you want it, this excess army, you want the bonuses to be fun and interesting, but there really isn't a like blood mage kind of army in
Keep
AOS.
Keep going. I hear something that I need to go attend to. I'll be right back.
Roger that. You make Slaanesh the Blood Mage army. You are using your life as an additional resource. You are, this unit hurts itself, it gets a bonus. This unit can hurt an adjacent unit, or maybe you tie that to the heroes. So because foot heroes have basically no job in this game, just as a sort of fundamental function of how the game works, the heroes are leading the sadism. This guy's got a scourge, and he cracks the shit out of your guys. Now they're juiced. Or the ones around them are juiced. They're not the ones who got hit, but they're loving every second of it. Doc with Skaven ideas. Yeah, you can really lean into. You've got 25 armies. I think I said earlier, it's impossible not to have some overlap on the Venn diagram. I think a cool thing you do with Chaos is you make it a dark reflection of some of the other armies. So you take some Doc ideas, and maybe you take some ideas from Def, because they've got whatever. Like you take that, you fold them together, you make kind of this isn't very defensive, this is very offensive, this is very really momentum based, like they're trying not to sit still. Inverse brackets would be great. At the very least on the big guys that, your monsters that would normally have brackets, because if you put it on everything, probably not saying that, then it's annoying to track. Like once the accounting becomes annoying, then it's a problem. But your Keeper of Secrets should be like one-shotting everything if it's at one life. That's my hot take. Keeper of Secrets should have like Slenish's number is 6. If it's got like 1 to 3 wounds, give it 6 Ren. Let it go crazy. Let it like whip itself to get a bonus to cast or whatever. And you know what? Give them like fucked up priests or something. Like Chaos not having as many priests for a faction or a Grand Alliance defined by their relationship to gods. Kind of weird. Nurgle has priests. Khorne has priests. I understand why Tzeentch doesn't have priests, because a god of magic shouldn't have priests. That's what wizards are. So then I should have priests. What do these priests do? They got sensors filled with drugs. Whatever. Like they're giving aura bonuses to your god. Or you have them flip, right? They burn your ecstasy. You're giving buffs to your boys. You're burning witch hazel or something. They're giving debuffs to your enemies. You can have them tied to all sorts of things, and you give them some crazy model, like 3 witches chained together by the neck, and they fucking go crazy style. If wounded get X, if below half get Y. Yeah. Half is easy to track, because half of your things you just give them 2 life, half of your units, or your heroes have like 8 wounds. That's pretty standard. 6 to 8. That's easy to track. So if they have them hurt themselves, they get this. If after they have taken that self wound, if they are at or below half, give them X plus Y or Y instead. There's a lot of space to explore some of those things, a lot of space to take the idea not only of excess, what is being exceeded, but also the pleasure and the pain, the sadomasochism, the sort of mechanical identity, right? Where you are fast, hard to hit, high armor, or high armor piercing. Shouldn't just be wounds. It should be the risk of wounds. Determine how many dice you're rolling. Roll them 1 to 3. Take a wound. I like that. Yeah. So you're not guaranteed 1 or more. It's you're betting more. That's good.
All right.
Well.
All right, we're back. Hi.
Everything good?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's fine. We haven't had a scuffle for a couple days, and of course, what happens as soon as I let the dog go, they have a little scuffle. So everybody's all right. Nobody's hurt. It's okay.
Ain't that just the bitch of it?
Indeed. All right. So, did you finish it out? Did you solve Slanesh?
No, I just sat here in silence and I picked my nose a little bit.
No, good call. Perfect.
No, most of it was like hurt yourself, get bonuses, maybe tie that to heroes.
Yep.
Like to give foot heroes a job in this game where foot heroes sort of axiomatically don't have a job.
Right.
Kind of weird that all of the chaos gods except Tzeentch have priests except Slanesh. Give them a priest. What would a Slanesh priest be? They'd be fucked up witches burning censers of ecstasy and witch hazel.
I love it. Yes.
So you have them flip between, you have pleasure and pain, lean into that. Have support units that can become debuff units, right? Like you're giving pain to your enemy and you're giving pleasure to you, and vice versa. You have your heroes tie into, and who had the idea? Someone had the idea, and it was really good, where instead of just hurting yourself, it's like the potential of wounds. So instead of 1, 2, 3 wounds, it's 1, 2, 3 like die worth of wounds.
Sure.
On your guy. So it's like, hey, you got caught your shot, get your bonuses. Maybe it'll hurt a lot, maybe it'll hurt a little. You gotta risk it. You want to ride that thrill.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. All right, great. We've done it. All right, let's do that. We got a couple more. Let's go. Next up. Ogre Maw Tribes. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've played against ogres a lot, so I have a good idea of what ogre players really wish the army would be. Sounded like after the beastmen got shot and funny orcs got shot and a third of stormcast got shot, the one person I know who plays ogres is like, man, if ogres get shot this edition, I don't know what I'm gonna play.
Sure. Okay. We've had lots of little things at this, but this is another one where it's like, what do we do with this army? Right? This has been the issue. And my statement for that is pretty clear. Okay? Like, this army is we've got the two armies in one, but less than Ironjaws and the Swamp Bogglers. All right? We have a bit of an identity crisis here. Okay? If we're going to keep them together, and I think we have to, we can't actually split the books. Neither of them would succeed on their own.
Yeah.
We got to lean into what these guys are.
Yeah.
They're a giant, angry, hungry, natural disaster that roams around the countryside, right?
Yeah. They are natural disaster. That is a perfect way to put it.
Right. So, in their like couple of abilities thing, okay, you give them a couple of interesting defensive buffs that you can use for a command point. And let me tell you why. Because most of this army isn't really about defense, but yet this game needs defense, and they're an elite army, right?
Right.
So it's not an always on thing, but they're big and they're super tough, and sometimes they can take wounds that just should fell a lesser being and keep going, right? So they're equivalent to like the Sylvaneth one command point, I get to strike first and that kind of thing, right? It's just, you know, you can punch the Whopper button and they get a big ward for that moment or whatever, right? To just like shrug off damage that would otherwise kill them. Or maybe an interesting thing for them would be they would reduce the damage of like multi-damage weapons. Like lots of little hits would bring them down, but give them a thing where like they take a multi-damage thing, like a 2, 3, 4, 5 damage attack, reduce it by some big number. Okay.
Just eat it.
Yeah. 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 So like reduce it by 3 to a minimum of 1. Just really neuter like the ability for like monsters. That would also explain, by the way, how the regular ogres conquer like there's a verisimilitude to it, because like how do you get a hold of a Stonehorn or a Thunder Tusk? They like can just shrug off monster hits when they go hunting, right?
Right. So elegant.
So yeah, so that kind of thing. I think that'd be a really unique and interesting ability. And those would basically be their defensive abilities, right? You use them critically. The skill test is, do you punch your defensive options at the right moment with the right unit? Because obviously they'd be limited where you couldn't use it more than once a turn, blah, 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 all that kind of crap. Okay. So there you go. That's number one. Number two is we got to get these guys moving. This is like a move and charge army. They're on the move. They're a natural disaster moving across the battlefield, right? So, like, with these models, they should be incentivized to get out there and get going, like, as a whole group. Like, they move as a herd. They should want to, like, as they move across the countryside, this is true for, like, whether they're running from the Everwinter or the guys on foot, right? So give them some things that make them incentivized to do that. Right?
Yeah.
And here's what I'm going to say. I don't think this army should have an accounting thing. Despite the fact we've went with that for all these armies, I think ogres should be a very Timmy army that has like some really cool and unique abilities on their war scrolls. I'm not saying they should be boring.
Right.
Okay. They absolutely shouldn't be. I am saying what they should have is a bunch of different abilities that reward them for being big, for like getting out there, for moving, just like a lot of interesting abilities. They should play a simple game, a straightforward game, but they should play it well.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't need to be tricky. They know what they are doing and they're good at what they do.
Right.
Sometimes just they got straight fundamentals on and off the court.
Correct. Exactly. This is fundamentals, the army. That's exactly right. Okay. So like give them some extra movement under certain conditions, some run and charge under certain conditions, right? Some redeploy and they can still charge, some retreat and they can still charge, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like just let them play in 2 phases. Well, 3-ish really, but like movement and the combat phase, right? And then make them like interesting in that regard, where they get to, if they charge, don't just make it like if they charge, they do a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not exciting. That's not, there's no soul there.
Right. That should be like
numbers.
Table stakes. Like, yes, they should.
Yeah.
They should just do impact hits when they charge. Sure. Just like make it a simple D3 damage or something, right?
Yeah. But that's not a meal.
But that's exactly. That's not, that's, yes. That we're back to chicken and rice, right?
Everything comes back to chicken and rice.
It always does.
You can't escape it.
Yeah. Right. What I would love to see is like the charge roll, right? Not only do they hit, but then like when they charge, because you want to roll the big charges, right? Mm-hmm. Give them circumstances where they can get 3d6 charge, and then give them another thing where it's like if their charge is at least 10, then this cool thing happens, and so on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And also, I would love to see them have a sort of kind of battle trait like ability that's focused more on eating and fighting small things.
They just blow past tiny guys. Give them something fun for it.
Right. Like they push little dudes around. So like 1 wound infantry, they're just knocking them out of the way. And David Canty just went somewhere that was where I was going. Let them play with objectives, not by manipulating like objective control necessarily, right? Mm-hmm. But actually like force their enemy to retreat off cycle, right? Like, and they must end that move off the objective if possible, you know, something like that. You'd have to think about exactly how you frame it. Right, because they're bullies.
They have actual abilities that are like they're bullies. Like these guys have never gotten hit back hard enough to care.
Right. Let them play around. Let the battle traits play around with like do different things for BCR versus the foot guys. Like maybe the foot guys can push you off the objective. The big BCR guys can like plow through you and do the like 2d6. I get to hot dog it around and end up somewhere else, right? Or whatever. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have the same ability affect the two sides of the army differently.
Yeah.
And to me, that would be like just a much more interesting thing where, yeah, there's like some randomness to it, of course, but there's a solid fundamental that's happening. And then there's a randomness stretch goal, if that makes sense. Right.
You're not gambling to hit the water level.
Right.
You are starting at the water level, and then the gambling, hey, you might jackpot.
Right. And so like, yeah, forced retreats, you know, like I said, hot dogging around the unit. They could like, you could play with the objective control thing too, where they just like literally set somebody's object or control score to 1. You know, like not their characteristic, but just like the entire enemy unit now has a control score of 1. Like turns them into beasts. Like give some of their big guys the ability to turn enemy attacks into just like companion weapons. Okay, like enemy attacks are treated as companion weapons when targeting them. Maybe that's one of their defensive abilities, by the way. That would be a really great defensive ability. Yeah.
Just for give the attacking thing the companion keyword.
Right.
Boom.
So every other thing falls away and sucks. Yes, exactly. Can't get bonuses, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It's great.
And I think that's really how you do ogres and make it interesting, right? Like they're just very scary, big dudes in combat with lots of abilities to like push, pull, move, play that, like the intricacy of playing the game, the like skill expression for them then gets expressed in the move and charge phase where you can do lots of clever things that are happening and occasionally spike really potent effects off.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they need an accounting game where they're like building towards some great thing. Right.
They don't need it. Their flavor doesn't really lean into it. You could like make an argument, but I don't really think it's begging for it like these other ones were. And you need vanilla ice cream is the best flavor because that's why it's the default. You got to get your vanilla ice cream solid, so your birthday cake bullshit and your double, triple, quintuple chocolate deluxe can also stand on their own.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think by like then yeah, of course, like the regular ogres, yeah, they're just dudes running around with a 5-up save because look at them, they're all shirtless wearing just like jeans. Okay.
Yeah. They don't need a good
like of
save.
course they've got like a 5-up save and no ward. Like if they get hit and don't have the defense ability online, yeah, you can do a lot of damage to them. I mean, they're still meat mountains with a lot of wounds or whatever.
A lot of wounds, which is good.
Which is cool. But still, that can just like get sheared away.
Yeah.
But you've got those few fallbacks, and everything else is about you being charging, being moving, being a mobile threat where you skill test that. You redeploy around them, you charge over top of them, you push them off an objective, this guy, then the other dude hits, spins around, and now you're like way deep in their back line, right? Because you've just like out movement gamed the heck out of them. And then you've got pretty solid offense because you're like ogre damage, right? Where everybody's damaged too. By the way, everybody's damaged too.
Everyone should be, that's your starting point.
Correct. Like at least at min, right? And there you go. That's ogres. Like that would be a really, I think, fun army. And it would actually be like a good Timmy army you could point people to while still allowing for like high skill expression.
Yeah. You have to know your fundamentals to exploit them or to to express yourself in them.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. So there you go. All right. That's ogres. Hopefully Haywo likes that. Sons of Behemoth. So what we tried with the old one was, what if we just gave them some dumb rampages? Does that work? Is this anything? Spoilers, it's not.
No. It's just a bunch of stuff.
Yes, all ogres are 2 damage. Not nice try, Cygnus. He said damage 2 Noblars. Let's go. Oh, he got me. Tricked me.
Listen, Noblars are there because they're like Nepo hires.
Mm-hmm.
They get to stay around because some unit has to be in the army to let the ogres eat and heal those wounds that they take because they don't have good armor. That's their job.
Sure. I am going to propose to you something truly crazy with Sons of Behemoth. Okay?
I'm all ears.
Okay. Sons of Behemoth, these battle traits, these like unique rampages or whatever, are boring and bad and not interesting. Okay?
All three, yeah.
Yeah. And rampages in general aren't interesting enough. The problem with Sons of Behemoth is battle traits are normally meant to affect across a big army, right? It's meant to talk and speak to the army itself, and it's like coherence concept of itself, right?
Yeah. You look at the battle traits and you get, this is the je ne sais quoi. This is what the army wants to be doing.
That's right. That's right. What if the Sons of Behemoth, okay? I got two separate ideas here. Okay. Number one is, what if they didn't have any battle traits? Gosh darn it, the Harrower. He literally put it into the chat. I've been building up to this. And he dropped it like 2 seconds before I said it into the chat. You may
Hey, somebody shoot that guy.
They have no battle traits base.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you've got me hooked. I'm curious where this trade is going, but I'm on.
Okay. I got two options here. All right. Here's option one. Option one is there's no battle traits at all. We just don't need them. We have monster traits you can assign. We have artifacts and heroic traits and all that crap. You have the rest of the thing, right? You can still pick a sub-faction and blah, blah, blah. You just don't have any generic battle traits. Okay?
Okay. I don't hate it.
And we instead, each giant really gets tooled up. They're because each giant is effectively their own little mini army, right? These Mega Gargants are 500 effectively point models. Like they keep knocking them down because they don't make them good enough to actually be worth it. But each one really developed the uniqueness of each one. And like what you're doing is effectively constructing your battle traits by the 4 giants you pick to be 3 or 4 giants you pick to be in your army. Okay?
Okay.
Because they all have enough actual abilities on them that their effect, that's it. It's build your own army battle trait, right? By just which 4 giants did you pick? Now you could take that in a soft fashion where there's just like enough interesting stuff going on each of their scrolls that simply becomes true. Okay. Or you could I could mean this literally, and I'm not sure which one's actually better. Okay. Where every mega you pick contributes a battle trait. Okay. So if you pick like a Gatebreaker, then your giants all have this particular battle trait that makes them good at like certain things. Gatebreakery things. Destroying terrain, faction terrain, breaking up war machines, whatever. Okay? Whatever. If you pick the and maybe it's like the one you pick for your general sets it. Maybe they all contribute it. Maybe it's a different contribution if they're your general versus if they're just in the army, right? You could have like 2 different, the single ability could have like 2 versions, like if general, this, if not, if in army, this. Like you could structure this a bunch of different ways. I don't know which way would work.
There's a lot of ways to cut it, but I dig it.
Right. And so, and then there's the question, I'll get to that in a second, Cygnus. But like the idea would be you got basically 5 different big giants, 3 of them, you're going to pick 3 to 4 of them. They each contribute some kind of battle trait to your army. It could have like some kind of stacking thing or not. So we're trying to get like actual, like it could have a small stacking benefit. Like if you pick at least 2, you get this instead. So not literally like you get an extra thing for 2, an extra thing for 3, an extra thing for 4. It could just be like, if at least 2, then you get this slightly better version.
Yeah. Just buy 1 or more.
Yeah, exactly. So like if I go to 3, now I'm just spamming and there's no benefit. But if I want to do 2 you know, man crushers and a gatebreaker and the beast guy, beast smasher. That's fine, right? Okay, I get the extra kick effectively for the man crushers in this one or whatever, right? You pick the man crusher, all you guys get better at killing infantry and doing horde sweepers and stuff like that and so on. And that could just be the way that their battle traits work. They could be an emergent property either in a soft way where it like literally is just a bunch of stuff. You get a bunch of cool abilities by picking the giant. There's no like actual contribution to the rest of the army. Or it could be literal where like by picking a man crusher, it can now all of a sudden like this blank page, a box pops in as soon as you add the man crusher and it's like bloop, you get this thing.
You got your V lookup running. As soon as you pop something in, it's populating.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That to me is the way more interesting way to design this army, because what you effectively have is an army of 4. I mean, yes, of course you can take babies, like whatever, that's fine. Okay. I'm not trying to like whatever. But in concept, what you have here is an army of 4 heroes, right?
Right.
And let that be the actual like determinative factor as to how the army plays. So it can be more versatile in that way instead of being pigeonholed into this one thing. Like, no, like a group of mega gargants led around or, you know, that have like that are like man crusher focused should feel different. And then like, yeah, the babies don't grant traits. Yes, of course. If you take the babies, they don't grant any traits. But they should be like cheap and or pretty high damage, but die super easy. Yeah. They're just like, they're your equivalent of like dumb, hard hitting chaff. Right. And yeah, it's like, yes, there you go, Cygnus. I like the customization because it shows the Gargant demonstrating their way of fighting to the rest of the tribe.
Yes.
That's right. So there you go. That's my big idea for Sons of Behemoth. I think it would need a lot of tuning to make it work, but all of these things.
But that's always the finagling this is high concept. This is fun. This is adding the flavor back.
Yeah, we're in the brainstorming phase here, right? Yeah. Next we go to writing. That's correct.
I really like that. And I have an addendum possibly.
I'm ready. Hit me.
Help address hey, what if you want to run, you want to run 4 of the same one. You really love that model. You just want to run beast skewers. Maybe give each one an option, right? You pick one, you get this choice. You pick a second. I want to pick that second choice. They're contributing separate things to their tribe. It's not just every beast skewer only knows how to bring one thing to the table. It's you're giving your guys a little flavor. Hey, this one brought this thing, and this one, he chose to bring that thing. It's like a potluck. That way you can have duplicates without really having to worry about like how do you scale it just mechanically.
Yeah. I think we want to encourage toward having like a bunch of different giants as opposed to all one. Because like the most boring this army is when somebody's like, these are my 3 great gate breakers. It's like, oh, okay. Great.
Right. Cool, but I just like, and I imagine, you know, this Build-A-Bear army concept, which could be very fun. There's always good to have not just the unit choice, but also like they don't have war gear options. This is kind of maybe a little halfway point. Which you get some of that with artifacts and with heroic traits. And maybe they'll make those fun to pick one day too. But
one day. Then, we could only imagine. We could only
have to imagine. Hey, I got 8th edition Warhammer fantasy books on my bookshelf. Those had 800 choices. 790 of them sucked. You still got the choice.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll pay 1 point.
We've got the second edition, whatever it was called, Arcane something, whatever, that had 84 magic items in it. 10 of those were any good, but it was still cool. Yes. So anyway.
Sword of Japan?
Sword of Japan, absolutely. All right, there we go. All right, well, CJ, we fixed it. We can only hope now that they actually have the guts to do the right thing with the rest of these books, right?
Are they a bad enough dude to fix Age of Sigmar?
That's right. There you go. I love it. Yes, the best narrative in the history of video games. You need nothing more. They did more work in those 2 sentences than basically most games do with paragraphs of text.
Less is more every time.
Less is more every time. All right, folks. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. If you haven't hit like yet, sorry I had to step away for a minute. It's funny. We gone a couple days without any dog incident, but of course during the show we'd have a dog incident. She's getting a lot better though. Give her another week. We'll be on the right track. Hopefully next week I'm sure I'll come back with good news to report. Her training is going very well.
Good.
So, at any rate, thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, do those things. CJ, thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Always happy to do it. Thank you for having me.
Of course. For all of you out there, don't forget, by the way, we did officially set the date for When Repent Ye Foolish Gods, the new game from Uncle Adam and I that he is finishing the layout on right now, comes out. That is June 5th. That'll be the release date. So that Friday. So stay tuned for more news about that as we get going on it. We'll preview some more stuff from it. Adam shared some awesome art and I retweeted it on Blue Sky today if you want to check that out. So there you go. You can see some of the amazing art we're going to have inside, as well as pictures and things like that. But check out all the linkies down below, all sorts of stuff down there for you to check out. Hit up affiliate links to pick up your hobby supplies, your lamps, your paintbrushes, your paints, all of that kind of stuff. Check out Patreon, merch store. Check out Fireball the Gazebo. We got new episodes out every week talking about RPGs. If you want to get into that hot D&D action, we're talking about the speed of leveling this week. How fast should you gain experience and stuff like that. Check out Snarlcast, Adam and I's podcast, where we talk about indie war games. Everything's linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. As always, we will see you next Wednesday. And don't forget to start rolling dice.